Introducing Tim,
The self-centred, hopeless, brainless individual.
and Sammy.
Evil bastard.
It's Tim and Sammy.
G'day everyone, welcome along to the Tim and Sammy podcast for another week. Sammy, you just having a sip of tea?
As always, a sip of my comedy tea and a bit of coffee. Always have 3 drinks on the run. And brought to you by Nexpa, the anti-probiotic. No, not anti-probiotic.
No, we're
probiotic.
No, we're pro-probiotic on this podcast.
I'm trying to get a sponsor.
This podcast.
We're pro podcast. Tim, we're back. We are back.
We're back. We must, of course, thank Alexander Graham Bell, who, of course, invented the telephone, without whom Sam and I can't transmit sounds telegraphically.
Yeah, but also, I mean, he's been slack the last couple of weeks. I think that, obviously, everyone knows their phones were all down for 2 weeks, which is why we weren't able to record.
But we're back. We're pro-probiotics, and we've got a big show. Eurovision's on at the moment, Sammy, the big Eurovision
Big Euro
song contest.
Yeah.
It's on at the moment. I've got a little game for you to put your Eurovision skills to the test.
Which you know are very good. Well, Tim, I've obviously got my massive ambassadorial role, which I need to update everyone on.
Last time on the show, you were announced as the face of tripe.
That's right, I'm the face of stomach lining. I've also got a short Gallup coin update for all the investors.
Just going back to stomach lining, that's obviously where the probiotics would come in handy.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm trying to get I'm trying to get sponsorship deals at each end. I've got the probiotics on the way into the stomach, and then the stomachs that you're eating. Next up, maybe some.
Don't finish that sentence. Don't finish that sentence. Whatever you do, don't finish that sentence. Hey, speaking of people who can't string 2 words together, boxers. I've been watching this boxing press conferences, Sammy, and there was a beauty this week involving a couple of Kiwis. And speaking of sport, the Olympics, not too far away. I've got a bit of an update.
And Tim, look, I've actually been a bit worried about you. I'll be honest.
What?
I think you've been hanging around with the wrong crowd.
Wrong crowd.
And I think it's high time we call you out on it.
Says the face of stomach lining. Do it, Sammy.
Well, Tim, here at the Tim and Samly, we are here to look out for you, of course.
For me specifically, or the listeners?
No, well, we need to look out for you because also someone needs to look out for me. And if you're not looking out for me, then I could just go off the rails.
It's a very selfish thing to say. I only care about you so that you care about me.
Anyway, Tim, I digress. Look, you've been hanging out with the wrong sort of people. I think they can be mean, they can be brutal.
Now, you brought this up in the intro. What are you talking about? What do you mean I've been hanging out with the wrong crowd?
Well, Tim, congratulations, I guess. I guess.
Look at you backpedaling. You went from, I've got a scandal in your life, I need to call you up on it, pivoting 180 to, well done.
No, your appearance on Have You Been Paying Attention on Monday, which was amazing.
Thank you, Sam. Good fun. Great to be back.
It was great. It was really good. You're on Have You Been Paying Attention? Marty Sheargold show. With Marty Sheargold, Have You Been Paying Attention with Tom Gleisner? You're hanging out with a lot of old people.
Well, I wouldn't call them old people.
The elderly.
Well, I mean...
The senior citizens. You can't deny that.
Well, they're all phase 1B of the vaccine rollout.
But I feel like you've got an affinity for old people. And
I don't have an affinity for old people. I'm not seeking out old people. It just happens that the shows I'm going on have old people. They're not even old people.
Look at you backtrack.
Congratulations.
Like you, it reminds me of my special friend of the show. Also, really likes old people.
How much older are you? The special friend of the show?
No, I'm 3 months her junior.
Oh, so you're the exception that proves the rule.
Yeah, it's a point of difference between her and you and I. Because I don't...
You're older than me. What are you talking about?
I don't really like old people. Like 95% of slow walkers are old people.
Yeah.
No,
I don't like those people.
Well, it sounds like you do. We're trying to leave the footy the other day on Sunday, and this just old man was just holding up the whole crowd, and special friend of the show's gone, "Aw, cute," and I've gone, "Cute? Just move!" Audibly. My team had just lost.
In fairness, I was working slowly, and I apologise.
But Tim, I've worked at an RSL, and I've worked at a homeware store. So I've come in contact with a lot of old people, and most of whom, I think it's like any other market slice or demographic. There's good ones and there's bad ones.
I'm not saying I love all old people. I'm not even saying they're old people.
I think you need to act your age, and usually that means maturing. But I'm saying come back down.
I think you need to act your age. You are older than me, and yet you are so clinging on to the youth and TikTok and young shirts.
I loved young shirts.
You're dressed like a 14-year-old.
Now you're showing your
Act
age.
your age.
But even
You should be seen and not heard.
I had Carol at the RSL that I worked at. She was my co-worker. She was 63. And she told me, I was leaning over the bar and she said, geez, you're getting a bit fat. Old people brutality. I think you're getting that as well.
I'm not getting old people
Well,
brutality.
you can't tell me I'm fat, Carol. Or Tim. She said, would you rather me lie? Yes. Lie to me, baby.
Well, no, I think you need to be called out on it. I think I'm hanging out with a great crowd, and you've put on a bit.
This is the Tim and Sammy podcast.
Sammy. It's that time of year. It's that time of every 4 years, or in this case, every 5 years. The Olympics. The Olympics are only 60-odd days away.
Really?
Yeah, so the athletes are training. Bruce McAvaney's defrosting. It is a wonderful time of year. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about whether they will actually go ahead or not.
I mean, we've obviously delayed it by a year. And
You say we've had nothing
Well,
to
we
do with
had-
it. We're not part of the organising
I had some
committee.
phone calls.
with the
With
president
the
of Japan, who, of
IAC?
course, the IAC.
Who's that?
It's the IOC, is
Yeah,
the International Olympic Committee. Who's the IAC?
that's the...
International Animal Committee, who, of course, deal with tribes and the internal
Yeah,
stomach
that's
lining.
right. Well, anyway, I can't wait. I can't wait for the Olympics. I can't wait to get weirdly into swimming for 2 weeks.
Exactly. Well, like a tripe dinner, the Olympics is a big event that is watched by millions of people around the world, but not sure if it's going to go ahead because obviously there's COVID in Japan. It's been delayed a year. Will it go ahead? Won't it go ahead? I think ABC Sports' Tony Armstrong cleared things up.
People saying they're not going to go ahead, they will, they won't, and they always go ahead except for last year, of course.
Crystal clear. Crystal clear. That's cleared it up 100% for me.
I like that you set that up with the exact words that he said. Will they go ahead? Won't they go ahead? I think that's the question on everyone's lips.
Well, now that I'm speaking to old people, I've got to repeat myself. Now that I'm speaking to old people, I've got to repeat myself.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell you were making a joke, but ladies and gentlemen, he was. Tim was making a joke there.
There we go. Well, I'm not sure if this podcast will continue, by the way.
Yep. Will it continue? Won't it continue?
During the week, they released the official Australian uniforms, the Olympic uniforms. Did you see that up in Sydney?
I heard about that from someone I can't say.
Who?
An Olympian.
Who?
I can't tell you.
A member of the IAC, was it? The International Anonymous Commission.
No, it was no, who? Oh, I've forgotten his name. Not Mac Horton. Who's his mate? But,
Who's this? Sun Yang.
yeah, we're in contact.
They're not exactly mates. They released the uniforms. Essentially, they look like cabin crew. They look like flight attendants. They've got.
Oh, sorry, I have seen them. Yeah, they're sports craft.
Are you feeling all right?
Yeah. I don't know why I lied.
Is
yeah.
that necktie a bit tight on your neck? So they've got the neckties, they've got the light jackets, they've got the matching ventilators. It's a beautiful uniform. But I think it's a good idea because they look like flight attendants. Obviously, everyone's having trouble getting on a flight. So by dressing as cabin crew, they're just going to walk straight in.
Yeah. Oh, I'm remembering this. How did Sportscraft get the deal
They've
here?
been doing it for the last 8 years.
Yeah, and why was like neckerchiefs were the core
I think
part of the
Bintang
uniform.
said no, so it just fell to Sportscraft. But look, don't take our word for it. Let's get the fashion critique of the ABC's Lisa Miller and Michael Rowland. Who better to critique the new kit?
There we go. What do we think?
I think they look very, very
Smashing.
dapper. I'm colourblind, so what colour are they wearing?
I can't see close enough to see who we've got there, I'm afraid.
They sound like two people I've been hanging out with.
It's smashing. I can't see it. Neither can I.
What colour is it?
Just take a wild guess. It's green and gold. It's Australia. Tim, I've got for the Tim and Sammy a short update on Garlop Coin.
Of course, in our last episode, you gave away 3 of the first 5 Garlop coin
Exactly.
to members of the Tim and
So,
family.
Tim, I'm actually. This feels quite surreal. The first 3 Garlop Coin, they're out there.
Out the door.
They're in the world.
Well
somewhere.
done to the 3 recipients.
Yes.
Kristen,
Yes.
special friend of the show,
Yes.
special nepism of the show, and Diane.
Yeah, Diane.
What's her name?
No. Her name's Diane.
Diane Smucks, I believe it was.
Listening back to our because I listen to our own podcast, which I don't want to listen to, and it's worth it.
You're doing an ad for our show in the middle of
This
our show.
podcast brought to you by the Tim and Sammy podcast, available on all good podcast stores.
If you like this podcast, check out Tim and Sammy.
We are the only podcast. Don't listen to any other podcasts.
That's right.
So, but I like it because I think you didn't believe that Diane was real, and you read out her full name completely multiple times.
Well, she didn't ask to be in witness protection.
It was a few weeks, an early episode, I mentioned my friend's first name, and you bleeped it out, and then you chose to repeat hers.
No, but that's because you said you weren't going to reveal it, and you did.
That's true. But
Anyway, well done, Diane,
and-
Kristen, special friend of the show.
And I've heard word from Diane. She has gifted it to Charlie. Of course, it was his 18th birthday. His cousins were down from Euroa, and Euroban. Oh no, Euroa.
Well, Euroban's not a place.
Yeah, it is.
Euroban.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Alpine, Victoria. Tim's looking it up.
How do you spell it?
Eurobin. Euroban. Thank you. Also, I was very good at spelling when I was growing up.
Oh, Euroban in Myrtleford, Victoria.
That's right. Anyway.
Anyway, we digress.
So Charlie, 18 years old, going through VCE, he's now got one of the Garb coin. I can only assume he's showing it off to his schoolmates.
He'll be school captain
Yeah.
in no time.
Everyone will be wanting to be his friend. Kids are buying him lunch. Maybe he's been carried around like a throne thing.
I mean, kids are buying him lunch with outdated currency
Yeah.
because he has
He
the
has the
world's
Garb
first
coin.
wearable Garlop coin
Yeah. Some of the meeker children are carrying him around.
on a throne.
Teachers have started giving him the exam answers. The principal, I've heard from a source, has given him his car spot and his car. People are loving the Garlop coin, which so good things happen to people who have and support Garlop coin.
Great.
Now, in terms of the celebrity update, celebrity endorsements.
Yes, because 2 of the Garlop coin are reserved for big name celebrity
Yes.
endorsements, and you promised last time that you had a big name celebrity endorsement ready to go for this podcast. Take it away.
And
And you did take it away. You've taken it off the show.
and they join us now.
Live from Euroban.
No, they don't. They actually do not join us. They did.
They don't exist.
They haven't pulled out of the endorsement, but they did pull out of appearing today.
Oh, so there is a celebrity lined up.
Yeah, and the second celebrity. Now we thought going for 2 would be better, but the other celebrity endorsement just flat out rejected.
Oh, really? Who was that?
Do you remember we were talking about the band 303? Who?
Yeah,
say,
vaguely.
Don't trust a hoe.
Yes.
And I found them on Cameo, and I thought, well, why not? Let's just
send them a request.
Let's just send them a request, and I sent them a request, $25. I was going to invest $25, which is equivalent to about 0.1 Garlop coin.
Equivalent to about 25,000 Garlop coin.
Tim, they said no.
Why did they say no? You got rejected from Cameo, so you were going to pay this. You were going to pay this band $25 to record a message. It's going to take them no effort, no time whatsoever, and they said no.
303 wasn't able to complete your Cameo request. Although 303 tried to deliver 100% of requests, sometimes certain requests are confusing, difficult, or not in line with the talent's image.
See, that's the better tagline for the Tim and Sammy podcast.
So-
Confusing, difficult, and not in line with our image.
303, I mean, I don't trust a hoe, don't trust 303. 303, you just made the list.
What list?
I don't know. Anyway, they'll be available. I'm going to get the second run of Talking to Stefan at the Mint, and we're going to get more online on sale, probably.
Is Stefan able to do that, or is that too confusing and difficult a request that's not in line with his image?
Don't mess this up, Stefan.
You're listening to Tim and Sammy.
Sammy, you know I love my boxing. Both the packaging variety and the sport.
I can't let you have this because both of those things I'm more into than you. I have previously done 3 months of boxing classes, famously, in 2013.
Famously. It's not famous if you're the one telling me about it.
Still got the skills. I got to say, I still got it. Never been in a fight though. But and I also
Did you beat the balsa wood? Or did that...
I didn't get to that level. And also, I've been packing boxes this last whole year during COVID. So I know more about cardboard boxes than you.
Well, that's not the point of this conversation.
It's not? Well, I'm not interested.
Good day. No, but as a boxing expert, you would know that one of the big parts of a boxing match is the...
You are struggling to get the lingo here.
Clutching at straws. On the big boxing field, you got the two boxers on the pitch.
The court.
And before they get on court, they do a big press conference.
Yeah.
Where they face off, they do a bit of trash talk.
They stand really close together.
Stand really close. Like how you and I record this podcast.
Yeah, almost kissing. We're that close.
Almost.
You'll never know.
But I heard a great one during the week. There's a big fight coming up between two Kiwi boxers.
Yeah?
Don't ask me their names. I don't know them. It's not important. Anyway, but they were at the press conference and they've clearly got a great mutual respect for one another and they're both natural communicators.
Yeah, but like I respect what he's done, but as a person though, you can't respect him, man. He's a chump, because I'm dragging to deep waters, brother. You're mutt as well, you are. You up? Let's go.
All right, fellas, we are live on television just at the moment. If we could watch the language.
I mean, showing it on ABC Kids was a bold move. Watch your language, guys. Watch your language. But that is only round one.
Okay.
That's only round one. So the host tried to get things back on track. There are two things to listen out for in this clip, Sammy. Firstly, Andre's answer, I think, is the best, most direct answer by any sportsman ever. And two, the last line of this is possibly the greatest last line of a press conference ever.
I'll get a final word from Andrei Mikhailovich.
I'm just going to go in there and bash his head and that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing those two in action. Cannot wait for that. We might take the microphones away from them if we could.
We're in danger of that happening on this podcast.
I said today as I walked in, I'm just going to go and bash his head in.
This is the Tim and Sammy podcast.
Well, Tim, as we well know, I have been handpicked and sought out for one of the most coveted ambassadorial roles since Sportscraft for the Olympic team. Tim,
Of course, last time on the show, you revealed that you, Sam Garlop, are a Sambassador for
the Tripe Club of Victoria.
Tripe.
Animal
entrails.
That's right, Tim. And I was...
That's Tripe, Tim.
That's Tripe, Tim. I was approached by the Tripe Club members and said, they want me. They want me to be the face of Tripe.
You were headhunted.
Yep.
Or, more accurately, arse-hunted.
Arse-hunted. Which is another... Now, Tim, let's not talk about our uni days, all right? No.
That's another club we're involved in. We'll do that next time. No, but you were arse-hunted and you said, just tripe and stop me.
Yeah.
Because you are the face of animal entrails.
That's right. And they want me to speak and entertain them at their next official meeting and lunch. They must have seen me. I don't know how they picked me up. I think they must have seen me picking up my reduced-priced pasta salad from Coles, and they thought, this guy will eat anything.
No, they saw your show, they saw the reviews, uttered tripe, and they thought, delicious.
Yeah. So I have been put in touch now. It's an update.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Roland, my elderly neighbour. Now,
hang
I
on.
know.
You started this show with Tim. You're hanging out around the wrong crowd. All your friends are old. You're speaking in a tripe language for 80-year-olds.
I know. Well, now and honestly, I've got half a mind to just go in there and abuse them all, verbally.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, I've been put in touch by Roland. He doesn't know how to. He's printed out website things, then he puts them in my letterbox.
That's great.
It's just ridiculous.
That's great.
But they haven't locked in the date yet. But the next tribal council meeting, they'll vote me in, I'm sure.
The tribe has spoken.
They want me to appeal to the younger crowd. And I think that's what I want to do. I want to get more young people involved in tribe.
Yeah, more alive people involved in tribe. I mean, anyone compared to them is young.
So I thought of a way to both thank the Tribe Club while also bringing them up into maybe modern day or nearly modern.
This is great because tripe is often seen as an old person's food. And food's a strong word because it is essentially recycled animal stomach.
So I thought of a way, to both educate the youth and bring them back up, not to the modern day, but because we'll do it in baby steps, so more to like the late 80s, 90s.
1880s. Because young people don't know about tripe. Tripe is not a young person thing, so who better to bring tripe to the youth than Mr. Tripe himself, Sam the Tripe Garlop.
And herein lies my kind of 80s, 90s instructional video. All right, stop. Try not to spew and listen. Tripe is back and it's meant to be eaten. It's something made out of a cow, not the traditional meat. Think closer to the bowels. Can I use an ox? Yo, yes you can. It's the stomach of a sheep or a pig or a man. Kekovich is king of lamb limbs, no fable, but the rest of Mary's little lamb. I'll eat the anal glands and serve it with the tongue. That's what my food is 60-90 while it's sitting in my tum. Deadly. If you smell it seriously cooked or raw, it's difficult to sell it. Nutritious and cheap, does taste outweigh a wartime fave like bull's balls or sheep's brain? I'll eat in the entrails and leave your flummox, but cow tripe is my jam because they got 4 stomachs.
Tripe is my jam because I got 4 stomachs.
That's right.
Tripe, baby.
So you can come on the backing track.
Which is essentially where the tribe comes from. The animal's backing track. Well, Sammy, speaking of wonderful musical performances...
And you are welcome as I remove my parachute pants and I put other pants back on.
Take off the cow's guts because Eurovision is on again, Sammy.
Oh, and I'm excited. That was my audition piece, and fingers crossed.
It does sound like Austria's entry this year, Sammy, although with less entrails.
We've always been big fans of Eurovision, Tim.
Big fans of Eurovision, big Euro heads, Sammy,
yeah.
And not to be confused with Euroben in Myrtleford, Victoria.
Euroben Vision. We can't wait for Euroben Vision. Interesting, a lot of stuff about cow's guts.
Yeah, less musical, more guts.
Yeah.
Eurovision is back on, and it's inspired a brand new game. Is it a band or a business?
This does sound a bit triple M-y, doesn't it?
Sammy, I'll give you a name. Play along at home. Is it a Eurovision entry or a Victorian small business?
Oh, okay. Now, I'm pretty familiar with Victorian small businesses.
You've been fired from many of them.
I was thinking this today. I've had so many jobs.
Yeah.
How many jobs have you had? I feel like you've had
I've had 2 or 3, yeah.
I've probably had 30 or 40.
You've had 2 or 3 this week.
Anyway, the most fireable guy and hireable.
You will be great at this, Sammy. I've got every confidence in you. Play along at home. Is it a band or a business? Here's your first name. Hooverphonic. Belgian electro pop trio who had to change their name after being sued by a vacuum company. Or Narry Warren Vacuum and Electrical Store with a great range of bagless and cordless vacuums.
Okay, now this is difficult. Now, what company were they sued by? I'm just kidding. It's obviously going to be Hoover.
No, it was Dyson. That was the Tribe Club of Victoria.
Okay, that is difficult. And the other thing is that I know that Victorian businesses somehow I've seen a lot get away with ripping off big brands and not getting sued.
They do. So Hooverphonic, Belgian electro pop trio, or Narry Warren Vacuum Store?
I am going to go with Narry Warren Vacuum Store.
It's a band.
Oh, what?
Incorrect.
We don't have the budget for sound effects here, so Tim will be verbally making them.
So none from one.
Because you know, there's a garbage company in Victoria, and their slogan is "Just do it."
Oh, really?
Which is Nike's slogan. But they've got away with it for years.
There you go.
Anyway,
Dizzy Lamb, Greek folk duo Nick and Theophilus, masters of the bouzouki, or Dandenong Barbecue Outlet, specialising in spit roast accessories. Dizzy Lamb.
Dizzy Lamb.
Dizzy Lamb.
Yeah, I can picture that duo.
You can. I was going to say you can picture the lamb. You can picture its entrails.
Yeah,
You're thinking yum yum. Straight out the bouzouki. I'll hoover that up. Just do it.
Just do it.
Am I right?
And every time I got your tribe in front of you, just do it.
Do it. Dizzy Lamb, Sam, Greek folk duo, Dandenong Barbecue Outlet.
It's gotta be the Greek folk duo.
It's a business.
No!
None from 2.
Dizzy Lamb.
Dizzy Lamb. All right. Just Honk.
Just Honk.
Belarusian punk trio who were disqualified for anti-government protest messaging. Or Laverton North used car dealer with a wide range of pre-owned and demonstrator models.
You're too good at that.
Just Honk.
I can't get this wrong. Hang on.
Just Honk.
Just Honk. It's
Belarusian punk trio.
No, it's the business.
Or Laverton North used car dealer.
That's where all my cars have come from. Just Honk and Laverton.
Are you sure? You're none from 2 so far.
No,
you're none from 2 so far.
Yeah, you guys can't.
I'm doing the full Eddie Maguire.
I know.
Are you sure you want to lock in Laverton North used car dealer?
Now, the Tim and Selmy can't see this, but Tim's giving me these eyes, but it could be eyes of deception.
Am I bluffing? Am I double bluffing? Is it a triple bluff?
No, it's Laverton.
He's got it.
Yeah!
He's got it. Just Honk.
Oh, you nearly got me. Just Honk. Well, that's most of my car. I'm on my 6th car ever, which is you've had none, but I've got 6 cars, and most of my cars only do that by the end. They just honk. Well, it's time, Tim, to wrap up the podcast.
Let's head to Euroban in Myrtleford, Victoria. That's where we've got to go. You've got a big tripe lunch to prepare for. Vanilla tripe, baby.
Vanilla Tripe. Yes, that's my new name.
Of course, we're going to jump into sportscraft in the jackets.
Yeah, and just suit up, sneak our way onto a plane, and...
Straight to a boxing pitch for the big
you know
game.
nothing about it.
Before we go, though, Sammy, I've got a preview for next week's episode. A major Tim and Sammy scandal.
What?
An undercover sting
No.
that has been in the works for weeks. All will be revealed
Is this about me?
next week.
Well, it has to be. I don't know about it. I'm like, do I know about it?
A big Tim and Sammy scandal. The Tim and Samdal.
Tim and Sandal? Don't. This is going to be Tim and Salmon all over again.
Fan fiction.
Fan fiction. Tim and Sandal.
All be revealed.
That was the Tim and Sammy podcast. Enjoyed the show? Rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts.